What's up guys, it's Bailey and welcome back to my channel for another video. In today's video, we are going to be talking about my first time ever experiencing New York City. Before we get into the video though guys, make sure you guys give this video a big thumbs up because that really helps me out. Make sure you guys hit that subscribe button down below for new videos every week and follow me on all of my social media, especially my Instagram and my Snapchat because that's where I'm the most active. Now let's get into this video. Like I said in the beginning of the video, this was my very first time ever going to New York, so therefore that meant this was also my very first time ever traveling and being on an airplane. The experience of an airplane for the first time was so nerve-wracking and so terrifying. Like my hands, I just remember my palms were constantly sweaty. I was literally like a hot, sweaty mess being in like this airplane because I had never done anything like this before. I didn't know what the fuck to expect, and I hear about all these tragedy stories with airplanes, and I was like, oh my god, what if this happens to me? But it was terrifying, like, to say the least. Like I said, like my hands were all fucking sweaty the whole entire time in the first plane, or my first time flying. My stomach was in knots. I was sweating. Like at some points, I even felt like dizzy because I was so high up in the air that like I just remember like looking down at my phone because I was watching something, and I like looked up and like the whole entire plane was like kind of like dizzy. But yeah, like my first time flying was literally like terrifying. My first layover was in Chicago. And let me tell you, if you guys have ever been to Chicago O'Hare like airport, that motherfucker is huge. I had two layovers there, going to New York and coming back from New York. I had a layover in Chicago, and like that fucking airport is so big. I got dropped off on one end and I had to fucking walk to Timbuktu to get to the other. Like, and it's so big. There's so many things. There's so many food courts. Like Chicago's airport is not anything to play around with. Like that shit is huge. Coming off of my flight from Chicago to New York, I got to meet Maurice in person for the very first time, and like he was over by baggage claim and he didn't see me like walking up to him because his back was turned towards me. So I got to see him before he saw me, and like I was so nervous to approach him, but like I had to because obviously I was there for him. But I was so scared. But like in a way though, I like approaching him, it was almost as if like I was approaching somebody I had known my whole entire life. So like that was really cool, and like I wish I could go back to like giving him a hug for the first time and like feeling him like as a person, because we had talked for literally months all day every day on FaceTime and through text message and all that type of stuff. So I wish I could go back to that first feeling of like feeling him. Like oh my god, it was amazing to see him in real life and to be able to like to touch his face and to hold him. Like yeah, it was great. I come from a very small town in Ohio, so to be in New York for the first time and seeing like the subways and the buses and the tall ass buildings and shit, like I was literally like just in awe like the whole entire time I was there. But one of the most interesting things was the subway, because there's so many interesting things that happen on the subway. Probably the most interesting thing that I had seen on the subway with being in New York was like, so the train had stopped to come into like the station or whatever, and there was a dude like obviously like waiting to get on the train, and as he's coming onto the train, this man is pissing. This man is taking a full-on piss coming onto the train. Like he literally pissed inside the train, put his dick away, and went inside on his seat. I was shocked. Wow. I looked at Maurice, I said, this is normal? This is what people do? And he was like, yeah. I said, oh, got it. Like the shit was just so fucking weird, bro. Maurice also took me to Times Square, and Times Square was fucking beautiful. Like I really wish I could have seen it at nighttime, but what I seen of it in the daytime, like it was literally so fucking beautiful. Like, and it was just so surreal to be there and to see like where Good Morning America is filmed, and to see all like the lights and the posters and like the advertisements and everything about it. Like Times Square was literally so fucking beautiful. Like I wish I could like describe it in more detail, but like it was just so fucking beautiful and like insane. And Wow. Growing up, I was a huge fan of Broadway. I still am. My two favorite musicals are Rent and Cats. And one of the places that Maurice took me was down like so many different Broadway theaters. And I actually got to stand outside of Winter Garden Theater, which is the theater that Cats opened up in 1983, I believe. So to stand out front of the place where my favorite fucking musical of all time like had opened up and used to be, and like where they used to perform and everything, that felt like a full circle moment for me. Like that picture, which I'm going to insert or be talking over right now, I don't really know how I'm going to edit this, but that picture of me standing there, like that is just everything to me. Like it's a fucking full circle moment. And yes, I know Cats isn't still performing there, whatever, but it meant a lot to me to stand outside of where it was. And Broadway is so big. Broadway is fucking huge. Like there's so many like different Broadway theaters. Like I got to see where Mean Girls is taking place. I got to see like where Wicked is performing. Like it was just amazing. So to be somebody who is a fan of Broadway like that and to be on Broadway, oh my God, like the feeling, there's nothing like it. Like there really isn't. Another one of my favorite moments of being in New York was I got to go to Coney Island, which again, everything was fucking closed because outside is closed due to the coronavirus. But I got to see the beach of Coney Island. I got to see the amusement park rides, and I got to see like the little stores and stuff that they kind of have on the boardwalk. And Coney Island to me was like literally like beautiful. Whenever I was there, there were some street performers, and I love street performances. Like I feel like they're just so raw and authentic because those people are hungry. Like they want to make it, and like they're genuine talent. So it's really cool to see that. But Coney Island was such a vibe. Like I can't wait to go back and see what it's going to be like when there's actually people there and the rides are open and the food places are open. Like, yeah, Coney Island was dope. I also had no idea that Beyonce filmed a whole ass music video at Coney Island, but she fucking did. Iconic. I also want to talk about real quick the New York food. I didn't get to experience a lot of it, but there was this diner down the street from Maurice's house called Mirage Diner. If you're from Brooklyn, New York, you probably know what Mirage Diner is. But bro, their fucking food is amazing. Their burgers and their French toast, like, oh my God. Like, I want to go back to New York so bad just for a Mirage Diner burger. Like, I wish, if you know anything about Mirage Diner in Brooklyn, New York, then you understand what the fuck I'm talking about. But like the burger there was just, oh my God, it was so good. And Maurice and his roommate, they cooked for me a lot of the time of me being there, and I got to try a lot of stuff that I've never tried before. Like Maurice made shrimp and grits one night, and like the shit was fire. I've never had yellow rice before. I'm a very picky eater, so I never have had yellow rice before, and now I find myself, ever since I've been back in Ohio, I'm fucking craving yellow fucking rice. But so Maurice and his roommate, like they know how to fucking throw down in the kitchen, and I miss that about them so much. Like I miss just eating good, and I miss the food in New York. Like New York pizza was fire. I had some of that. Like, yeah, New York food is amazing. Overall, my first time being in New York was literally like a dream for me. Because I got to go to Central Park as well. That's actually where I had asked Maurice to be my boyfriend, was in Central Park. And like, I don't know, it all just felt like a dream. Like it just felt like it wasn't real, like it didn't actually happen, but it did. And I got to experience all that, and I got to experience that with somebody that I genuinely care about. And I got to also I also got to meet my boyfriend for the first time in New York City. I got to hold him and hug him and touch him. Like the whole entire New York experience for me was literally amazing, and I would go back tomorrow and I would do it all over again. I also just want to give a special thanks to my boyfriend Maurice and his roommate Nicole for giving me such a great experience and such a great time in New York, because if it wasn't for you guys, I probably have enjoyed New York as much as I did. So thank you guys. But yeah, guys, that was a little bit about my New York experience. Hopefully you guys enjoyed this video. I would love to hear like the craziest thing that happened to you guys if you guys ever went to New York, like whether that be on the subway, on the streets. Like drop a comment down below and tell me what the craziest experience you've ever had in New York was. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you guys did, make sure you guys give this video a big thumbs up, because that really helps me out. Make sure you guys hit that subscribe button down below for more videos every week. And make sure you guys follow me on all of my social media down below, especially my Instagram and my Snapchat, because that's where I'm the most active. And until the next video, guys, deuces.